But 3K for sending charges? Surely?
Tozina tozina. Memi tugende.
Bobby, wait a little bit, please.
Angena kuangalia waiting charge.
Chikole for less, hakuna hustle, no stress. Whether night or day, tuli okay. Wanga tuli ku flexi pay.
Don't hustle to pay the bills. Send or receive money. Chikole for less, ne flexi pay. Hold it.
Chikole for less with FlexiPay. Dial *291# to transact or download the FlexiPay app to get started. Stanbic Bank. It can be. Stanbic Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda, and customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, up to 10 million shillings.
Now, congratulations to Argentina, Vanangi.
The boy is officially the GOAT.
Messi.
Now he can retire in peace.
Actually, he has said that this was the last World Cup that he is doing. So officially, he has reached the promised land.
Yeah, and gone out with a bang.
With
the trophy.
Can I be honest? I think even France and French players wanted Messi to get the World Cup trophy. I think deep down in their hearts, like, we shall play them, but we want
this guy to finish and go.
Yes.
like Mbappe must be saying, Ronaldo has gone.
Yes.
Messi has gone.
Yeah.
Nzari Wokat. Now it's between me, Neymar, and there are like 3 other guys.
The chaps there.
Yeah. Now we have to decide who is the GOAT of this era. Now we determine our own legacy. So it's their turn. But yeah, Messi, sir.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done. And you know what, by the way? Next World Cup, watch this space.
What's happening?
Uganda.
You have jokes.
Now we can get drinks.
Yeah, please. Just come on. Cold. Open.
Oh, man, you guy. The thirst, she is real.
It's like we were at the World Cup. It's like, once we've not been drinking. Like we were banned.
Oh, my guy. Hey, but speaking of... You know what's so interesting, Marcus? We are here pouring our drinks. Do you know for the first time in history, England fans, the English fans at a World Cup, were not arrested?
There was no single arrest of an English fan.
No single arrest of an English fan. So what does that bring it down to? Was it because they were not drinking and therefore they could not be hooligans?
That's one.
What's two?
Two is the English fans respect rules and regulations when told what to do.
And
strictly.
And they told rules and regulations where they live?
No, the people telling him the rules are drunk. It's like here. Let me use Uganda.
Okay.
Uganda, when you tell people not to do something, what's the first order of business they do?
They will do
exactly
what they should not do doing.
Yes, until you crack a whip. The moment in fact, it's so bad that you will see Ugandans do stuff in Uganda, and the moment they cross over, say to Rwanda, you'll never see them litter.
You'll never see them driving on the wrong side of the road.
Or you'll never see them take
an illegal turn because the light is green, but because me I want to, I can.
Right.
Why? Because they know wanowendi muri muchiboko. Likewise, the English fans knew wanowe tuli bagenda tusiba, and they use Sharia law here. Hey,
swag.
Bring your fujo here, you see.
So it's about you can shift the mindset of someone just
the
by being
laws
strict.
were respected. So are you going to blame all who? I mean, it goes to show that a World Cup can be held without booze being in the stadium, but I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen again.
Because there's some atmosphere of what the frothy waters brings when you're just celebrating and having a good time.
But I've been told that they were selling non-alcoholic. It's the same for 90 minutes.
Then you pretend to be.
Oh, you can go to the
park, and as they say is in Lugano, omwenge go ujana go kumutwe. You load,
then you go.
Then for 90 minutes you sober up, then you go back and continue. So I guess that's
that can also work.
That can work.
I wanted to touch on something very quickly since you're talking about laws. New Zealand. You know where New Zealand is?
You know, the only thing I know about New Zealand is they have very great beaches, and not B-I-T-C-H, B-E-A-C-H-E, and
beaches.
and rugby.
And rugby. Check this out. From a BBC news that I was reading the other day. New Zealand bans cigarettes for future generations.
What does that mean? They want to ban smoking completely.
By 2050, 40-year-olds in New Zealand will be too young to buy cigarettes. This is how they're going to do it. This is due to legislation passed in the country, which means anyone born after 2008 will never be able to buy cigarettes or tobacco-based products. It will mean the number of people able to buy tobacco will shrink each year, with a generation of people banned in New Zealand by 2050. That is a serious law. Now, whether or not they can actually do it.
Well, first of all, I don't know why they would do this.
It's good. Health reasons. Health reasons.
I don't know the statistics in New Zealand in particular, but I know globally, alcohol kills more people than cigarettes.
In the short term, maybe, but
no,
in
numbers,
the long term...
Numbers. Look at deaths of cigarettes, deaths of pombe. Globally. Whether this one died in 2 days, the other one died in 50 years, doesn't matter. What was cause of death? Tobacco, booze. Booze has higher number. Meanwhile, that's the same conversation for tobacco, for weed.
Okay. Should it really matter? The fact is we're trying to curb one of the issues, one of the problems. Should it matter whether it's booze? Should it matter whether it's
but if you're curbing, curb the most affected thing. Don't curb a guy that's inconsequential in the general scheme of things. You know what I mean? Is smoking bad? Yes. Yep. Do I think it should be stopped? Yes. But do I think that if you're going to say that this is I'm doing it because I want to keep my generation healthy, then I should be more concerned about people who drink.
Okay,
if that's your argument.
Fair enough. But having said that, for example, there's something called passive smoking. If you are not a smoker and I am, and I'm with you all the time, you are being affected health-wise by my cigarette smoking.
Fair enough.
So, there's maybe you take that into account and say, all right, we're going to make sure nobody's smoking by 2050. Therefore, we're actually saving not only the generation of smokers, but also the generation of non-smokers.
I am not saying that I am agreeing with smokers and what smokers live by. I'm not. Don't misconstrue my statement, guy. I am saying that if you're going to solve a problem, I would suggest you start with the actual real problem. If you're talking about health-wise for these people.
So is this or is this not a good legislation to have?
It is a good legislation to have. And I like the fact that even the world over, there's no smoking zones. I used to hate sitting around smokers.
Yes.
I like the fact that now they leave me alone, they go, they smoke, they come back. I love that. Okay, but if I was a person in legislation, and I'm looking at the numbers of cause of deaths of my people, I would look at where is the actual problem. Is it tobacco? And second thing, if you look at the cancer deaths these days, how many of them are actually lung cancer?
There are very many.
No. It's simanyi prostate, simanyi breast, simanyi stomach.
Even lung cancer
is there, but I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that if you have to look at the cause, back in the day, all we knew back in the day.
If we could solve all of those, we would. You still have to try and touch low-hanging fruit here and there. Start somewhere, So give them that and say, at least.
Okay.
N'est-ce pas?
Fine. I don't think their debts will drop drastically.
But
they will drop.
By 2050. And if they are law-abiding citizens like the English were in Qatar.
In Qatar. No, those ones, they toe the line. New Zealand, that much I know. They do. Kudos to them. We wish them well. I would live in a country easily that doesn't I hate smoking, everything about it. So, hey, works for me. I'm here talking about killing booze, but I will be the first one to smuggle it in.
Well, you're an idiot. Do you know FIDA?
Federation of...
Uganda's Association of Women Lawyers. FIDA.
Okay. Meanwhile, I've always asked myself, how does FIDA come into this operation? The acronym FIDA, when it's Uganda Federation of Female Lawyers.
Yes. But you know.
I know of them.
All right. Remember last time we had over here Bump Love, the guests of Bump Love, and we're talking about marital property. We're talking about when you're in a relationship and the relationship ends, how do you then split the property, etc., etc., etc.
And what the law that had come up at the time, and they were saying that,
Exactly. But this is for a union that has gone to church and gotten married under the law. What happens if you are just cohabiting? Come, we stay. I'm just dating you, you're just dating me, we're not married, there's no ring on us, it's just us together.
Nothing.
Then I wake up one day, I don't like you anymore because I don't like you anymore.
And I bully.
What happens to that person who you've been with for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years, have children with, and you say, I'm leaving you with nothing?
And just wake up, grab my phone and say,
what happens to that person?
nothing.
That you've left.
I don't know what the law says though. So what are the female lawyers saying?
So the female lawyers are actually coming up and saying they want to compel courts that the cohabitation status, come we stay, should also be protected under the law.
That new law?
Yes, there was a woman who, after cohabiting with a man for 27 years, the guy decided to leave and was leaving her with nothing. And they're saying this is absolutely wrong. You are actually being discriminatory towards that individual, that woman.
Yeah, sadly I agree with her.
Because she has nothing, you're not married.
Yeah. They changed that law in Kenya.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so what happened in Kenya is that they recognized, and they actually call it come we stay, and they say anybody who is in operation in a come we stay relationship becomes legally recognized after the 10th year.
Oh, so if you've been with them for 10 years?
The moment you hit year 10, the other laws of marriage kick into place.
So I'm married to you, Marcus.
Married or come we stay?
I'm sorry, I'm coming to stay with you.
Then you run away after year 9.
After 9.5 years, I say,
and then find another one of come we stay.
no, then I come back to you after 11 years. Do we start again?
If the chick says yes, she's the fool. She's the idiot here. Now what do you do?
9.5 years, you say, oh,
because they had to give it a time frame. You can't just say everything that come we stay is da 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 da. Very many people date, and then they don't even immediately come we stay. They're in 2 separate houses for 2 years. They are still dating. Then of course you know how chicks operate. They start by throwing a towel, a toothbrush, a what, a loose underwear, a bra, a pair of shoes, sandals. The next thing you know, she has come with a full bag. But she's still paying rent the other side.
Yes,
now
sir.
this can go on for 3 years.
This is true.
Huh?
This is true.
By year 5, half her entire operation is in your home.
Including a loose kiddo.
Yeah, so she used to come only on weekends. Yeah. Now she has work clothes, so she can stay on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And
she goes on Thursday.
And her girlfriends are coming to see her.
There. They're even coming for drink-ups in your home.
In your home. What is happening? Ladies' night.
Ladies' night in my house. Does that constitute a come we stay? Not yet. You understand? But we're in year 5.
Yes. She's even asking for, what is it called?
No, now she's even said helping with the bills. Says Yaka is going, even she has put the 100,000.
She's even asking for, what's the thing, table money? Kameza money.
So her home, she's just paying rent. She goes there, checks once a week, make sure the maid is clean so that things don't die. Come back. Year 6 is when she says, "Neo Manyi." She even has a key now. "Neo Manyi, now why don't I just move in fully?" Even you're like, you know what? We've been 70% in, 30% out. We might as well be full in. Because in your mind, you're thinking that money saved from her paying rent will help run this home together.
Standardly, she is now a part of that home.
Part of that residence.
When you go to the bathroom to take a shower, even her underwear, you know how they hang up their things? Underwear.
Even this spot where you used to put your Simanyi Dio, Cologne, there's no space.
Yes.
You have a small corner. The rest is her things.
A tampon,
Now you tell me, that operation, it has worked 6-7 years, she has moved in the 7th year.
Yeah.
But they say when it's fully come we stay, you are staying in one space. And of course it becomes more complicated again when you have children.
This is true. Yeah, you got to protect their rights, and I think it's
fair.
I think it's fair enough because right now,
let me tell you, men, we are complete wankers. We are very comfortable. It's a generic statement because I'm talking about the majority. If you fall in the minority, God bless you. But the majority, we are complete selfish bastards.
Speak for yourself.
We are comfortable to come we stay. Why? Because right now I'm having my cake and eating it.
Yeah.
I can run away, but I also have this operation running. And that is the ideal situation for any man.
Right.
Then I'm not going to make the commitment. I want you to be there of, hey, Wendy, nice city. Wendy, nice city. So if we don't curb these men, it's a problem.
In Uganda has got several forms of recognized marriages. These are customary, Muslim, church, civil and Hindu marriages. Customary marriages are celebrated according to the rights of an African community, and one of the parties to the marriage must be a member of that community.
Do you know the best part about, and I'm going to say this for all the men, kambabulire kati mukiteke mugondi mu Bible, when you kwanjula, okuhinjira, or gusaba, whatever they call it in your language, that traditional ceremony, it's officially recognized as a marriage. Here's the part that many people don't know.
Tell
because
us.
People do it, then go to church. If you stop there and don't do church, you can kwanjura again. Legally. To another woman.
So I conjure here,
Yes.
I conjure there.
And another one even. According to the African custom, this is normal, correct? Now when you bring in church, now there you have said, God, I've chosen one, only for the rest of my life. But if you stop at kwanjura, 2 weeks later you can continue.
Kwanjula 2.0.
Yeah. Even if you want 3.0.
Come on.
FYI. Don't say I've never helped
Marcus
you.
is giving people something. It's like,
Then I've just told you the law. I've not told you it's at your own risk. I've just given you what the law says.
Damn.
So do it at your own risk, however, because the first one might kill all of you.
Then kiddos come into the system. You have kiddos there. I have a kid with this one. I have a kid with that one.
Speaking of kids, did you know, and this is completely different from what we're saying, the schools in Uganda want to start teaching kids Mandarin at A level.
Chinese. At advanced level.
Yeah, A level, S4.
We are going
It's a proposition that's currently being discussed.
We are going to start Chinese.
Ni hao.
Oh, huh? Wow.
Yeah. But you think about it. You can ignore this fact all you want, but the truth is China in another 2 years will be officially the world's superpower. They are there. Maybe it's not yet official, but it will be official sooner than later.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
So wait a minute. So the Minister of Education, of course, I'm sure that they have pretty much agreed to this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be in the syllabus.
I actually agree with them because even me, I want to teach my kids Mandarin. In their school right now, they don't teach. They give you a chance between, I don't know, French and Spanish or whatever. But I want after that, when holidays, Mandarin, start lessons.
Actually, I come to think of it, I saw something about that. It's the National Curriculum Development Center, which has been working on the syllabus that they want to implement.
They actually want to revamp the entire curriculum because right now I think it's, first of all, it's archaic and not relevant to today's world.
Right.
So they've been discussing on how to completely revamp it. The things we are taught about, Semanyi Napoleon, Semanyi Biyambani.
So by Feb next year, we could be having
Inshallah.
guys going to school.
And there's a Chinese guy waiting for you. Ni hao.
Mr. Lee and
Yeah.
Mrs. Young.
Yeah, this is your Chinese teacher. And you must pass. And that will help.
But you know, that's some BS. When the Chinese, when we go to China as Ugandans, are they going to learn Luganda?
But why should they? Are you a superpower? Your blood-ass broke country. You can be removed from the face of the earth and no one
Why
will
are they
notice.
learning Kunyankole?
Nobody will notice if all the Banyankole die or wiped off the face of the earth. We can't live without China. That's my point. Hence the concept of superpower. We need them more than they need us. Actually, they don't need us. The only reason they need us is to get money from us. But they're helping us as we grow. But you have to learn their language to communicate.
Can you imagine? You land in Uganda, and the first thing that you see in Chinese is "Welcome to Uganda."
Yeah, welcome to Uganda. Then we're about to go to Uganda. Then we can't avoid it, sir. The Chinese are here to stay with us, especially in Africa.
That is true.
They are here with us. So in fact, I saw a statistic the other day that said US is now trading about over $64 billion with Africa, and China is at 200 and something.
So how
They're taking over.
if they haven't already? So how does one say cheers in Chinese?
Don't you have Google Translate?
I know how they do it.
How?
Bring it with us. Ching.
not even going to just nonsense is that.
But 3K for sending charges? Surely?
Tozina tozidina. Mimi tugende.
Don't beat. Wait a little bit, please.
Ngenda kuangalia mu waiting charge.
Chikole for less, hakuna hustle, no stress. Whether night or day, tuli okay. Kubanga tuli ku flexi pay. Pay bills for
Don't hustle to pay the bills. Send or receive money. Chikole for less ne flexi pay. Hold it.
flexi pay.
Chikole for less with FlexiPay. Dial *291# to transact or download the FlexiPay app to get started. Stanbic Bank. It can be. Stanbic Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda, and customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda up to 10 million shillings.